We have a lot of SMEs in Africa. These people are currently relying on foreign platforms like Facebook and Instagram. They're spending a lot of money on advertising, just trying to catch up. So if we're able to successfully push out this technology, we can actually help these people to scale their businesses at a much faster rate, while also building the digital economy for the countries and the states where these things are implemented. So basically, we're giving people more visibility, more profit, and we're also providing a means to educate them on how to even do business better.
Hello and welcome to Just Africa, where we examine systems, ideas, and technologies shaping Africa's future. Now, we have spent decades trying to catch up to the world's infrastructure, better roads, better banks, better malls. But what if we could leapfrog all of that? What if Africa doesn't need to follow the old path, but can instead build a new one using artificial intelligence, known as AI? On Just Africa today, we aren't just talking about using AI. We are talking about AI native commerce. That is building a trade system where AI is the foundation, not just an add-on. This is Just Africa, reaching you live from Lagos. I am Olumide Shokoya. Don't forget, you can also follow us, like, comment, and share on our YouTube page at Souk News TV. Now, today, we are talking about AI native commerce. Businesses built from the ground up with artificial intelligence at their core, from smart retail and predictive logistics to personalized marketing, credit scoring, and cross-border trade. AI is redefining how commerce works globally. But the big question is Africa ready to build AI native commerce ecosystems that compete globally? Or will we remain consumers of other people's intelligent system? Joining us to unpack this robust topic is Samson Odo, founder, CTO, Nordchief Africa, AI native commerce specialist, full-stack developer, and multi-platform innovator. So glad to have you, Samson.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You're welcome. So let's start off with the basic. What does AI native commerce actually mean? And how is it different, from simply digitizing, existing business?
Right. Well, current digitized commerce is really fairly simple. You just have your catalog and you have people come make purchases, you record those purchases, and that's that. It's AI native commerce is more of an upgrade to that, in the sense that you have this catalog, but it's accessible in so many different ways. Now, you don't need to visit the website to browse. It could easily plug in a product when you're having a conversation. For example, you're thinking of things to buy for someone's birthday, you just ask it, and then it gives you recommendation based off of what you already know, based off of what it already knows about you. So you now have this system where people can get direct recommendations that are fully personalized to their needs, instead of just having them go on the website and browse manually. So it's a completely different system that, just gives you this freedom to make purchases, make sales as well, without the static systems we used to have before, where it's just you have an online marketplace and then someone has to visit the marketplace. Now, you don't even need to advertise or have people visit your store before they can buy from you.
But quite enticing, I must say. So why is this conversation especially important for Africa right now?
It is because e-commerce is it's a very huge portion of our digital economy. So it's like having a conversation over who decides to own our market. And I think that's a very, very important conversation to have, especially as technology evolves and these things get abstracted away to the point where, nobody really knows where the data is anymore. It's just, you want to buy something, you go and buy. But year over year, we don't know what's happening in the market. And it would be really bad if we have if we don't have any visibility into what's happening in our own markets.
All right. So if I may ask, which sectors in Africa are already, showing early signs of AI native commerce? I mean, retail, fintech, logistics, agriculture, or services?
Yeah, all of these sectors have already had some sort of AI plugged in. I think even Jumia has probably experimented with AI in logistics and things like that. So there's always been little tiny fragments of AI assisting these systems to grow. But now we're looking at basically building back from first principles and creating, more robust systems that would be enhanced as the technology developed.
All right. So earlier on, you said that with AI native commerce, it does the advertisement for you, it does every other thing for you. So I have to ask: is AI adaptable to the African setting or culture, or will it have to be programmed, to adapt to the peculiarities of African business?
Yes, well, that's what really makes or breaks these systems. It needs to be adapted to the environment, otherwise it just simply will not work. So in the future, we'll definitely see a lot of companies come up and try to create AI native commerce systems. And just like what you said earlier about leapfrogging, this is actually something that will force people to do that, because if you don't do it the right way, it simply will not work. So it will force people to actually go back to first principles, build things properly, build data collection systems, build analytics systems, and all of these will be what will actually help power the AI to give you effective recommendations.
All right, so if I may ask, how can AI native infrastructure support African businesses in scaling efficiently? If, for instance, I sell shoes or I sell something, and I want to scale efficiently, how can AI help me do that?
Okay, well, for example, you sell shoes, but right now there are definitely other people around you who sell shoes. And with the current type of e-commerce, it's basically who has more money to spend on ads and marketing and things like that. So if you sell shoes here, you're not advertising on Facebook, you're not doing anything. Odds are you're probably not making much profit. The next person who is advertising, maybe from 10 states away, will be making more profit than you because their products are shown to the users first. But with AI native commerce, if you have a certain brand of shoes and it already knows your location anyways, so if someone is trying to buy shoes, just as they are, having a conversation of wanting to buy a shoe, yours pops up because you're closer, so delivery is going to be faster, it's going to be a lot cheaper. And since you're not spending money on adverts, that probably hasn't been factored into cost. So your products are a lot cheaper than that other competitor that would have beat you in the market just using adverts. So it now creates it creates a more integrated market where local retailers are able to sell more by doing less.
Quite interesting. See, I would also like to still draw you back to the previous question I asked, talking about adaptability. So, are there any key weaknesses or limitations affecting AI commerce adoption, in Africa?
Absolutely, there are. The first thing would be the infrastructure. Right now, we don't really have a reliable enough infrastructure to build these things locally. Anyone still building AI infrastructure would have to build it, host it abroad, basically build it on foreign infrastructure, hosting and all of that. And another issue we have is literacy, mobile literacy, and most people are just not used to this technology. So it's something that's going to take a while before you see everybody actually using this. So it's going to take a while to actually change consumer behavior from what they're already used to catching up and helping them use this new technology.
All right. So, with what you have said now, how can you, if I may ask, I put it to you, how can you sell this AI native commerce to a regular market or business person who's not tech savvy or has any form of digital literacy knowledge?
Yes. So the important thing is right now we're building Paylo. It's a storefront management app that gives you a unified digital presence. So it's just that you create an account And once you create an account, you get a website, you get a digital storefront, and then your platform is also visible on AI networks. So we're doing it in such a way that it's built to look like the old technology, but inside the box, it's completely new, built from the ground up to work with these new AI systems.
All right. So this platform, how accessible is it? Are you doing some form of awareness, something to let people know that okay, you have access to this platform that can do all this work for you, and you don't really have to do much work.
Yes, yes. We're currently we're still building, so marketing efforts haven't really been pushed out so far. But we already have vendors that we're working with. These things are very complex, so you need to really take the time to perfect them. So we have about 20 vendors already. We've been working closely with them, helping them increase their sales. And these people are, we've also, through our interactions with them, we've seen how they interact with this technology, and we've been able to improve a few things. So we're currently still onboarding as for marketing, and we'll be making more marketing efforts in the future.
All right. So, if I may ask, what unique advantage does Africa have when it comes to building AI-driven commerce system?
We do have an advantage because this will actually help. We have a lot of SMEs in Africa. These people are currently relying on foreign platforms like Facebook and Instagram. They're spending a lot of money on advertising, just trying to catch up. So if we're able to successfully push out this technology, we can actually help these people to scale their businesses at a much faster rate, while also building the digital economy for the countries and the states where these things are implemented. So basically, we're giving people more visibility, more profits, and we're also providing a means to educate them on how to even do business better, because now you have these AI systems that has access to these analytics. You don't need to send someone to school to learn business intelligence or BI, because the AI can simply just inform them what they're doing wrong and what needs to improve about their businesses. So it's like a direct layering of intelligence over just your traditional sales and buying.
All right. So looking at how fintechs has reshaped and transformed the financial institution, the financial sector, can Africa leapfrog traditional commerce models, the way it leapfrogged banking with mobile money?
Yes, but it will take a while. And it's not even a technology issue. I think it's more of a behavior issue. It's more of people feel safer doing what they're used to than just jumping into something completely new, especially when money is involved and they're buying things that they actually care about. So it will take time, but yes, it's definitely possible, and to be much faster than, I think it's probably the fastest way to even achieve that change, that shift from the traditional e-commerce to AI native e-commerce.
All right. Now, looking at the AI native commerce, let's say, for instance, I register on your platform. I have a business. Maybe I offer services. What are the algorithms? How does AI? How will it streamline your target client or audience or buyers? What algorithm does it use?
Okay, well, the algorithm is actually a mix of variables. It's not just one thing. We're looking at things like the pricing, the quality. We're also going to be reviewing past interactions of the sellers to make sure we're giving you like the guaranteed best sellers, as well as delivery times as well. So it's a combination of things, and all of these data points are feeding in to give you like the best possible results at all time.
So in your own case, how do you think, what are the best reasons to convince a typical person, at Balogun market that, hey, you don't have to, people believe in word of mouth advertising that, if you buy something for me and it's good, you will tell the other person, and the other person will refer, and you will refer the person to me, and the other person will refer to me. So how do you convince these people that there's a more less stressful way of doing it, easier way of doing it without, word of mouth or any other thing. All you just have to do is, provide the necessary information and, the AI does the job for you.
Yeah, that's where arbitrage comes in. For someone at Balogun Market, at the end of the day, this person just needs more sales. They need to make more money. They need to sell more. They might not really care about the technology, the AI, or anything like that. So what we do is we let them know there's a way to actually sell more. And if this is a trusted seller and the quality has been, the product has been assessed for good quality, then this person's product can easily be referred to someone who would actually buy at a higher price. And to that person buying at a higher price is a lot cheaper than what they usually buy for that quality. So you see, where you're not, you're able to actually sell at a good price to the buyer while also getting profits for the seller without compromising on the quality. So that arbitrage, effectively, by creating those data points, you know where you can get products from cheaper, where you can sell at the higher price, and it just sort of balances out.
All right, you've been making reference to price, lower prices, cheaper prices. Does that mean that price also determines how well you will sell with AI? Is there any other way around it? Must I have to sell it cheaper to get more customers, or what other way how can AI package it, even if I do not want to reduce my price? I do not want to sell at a discount or at a loss.
No, not necessarily. At the end of the day, it's still a free market. So price is definitely it's going to be a major factor. But what the AI will do is at least inform you of the prices in certain areas. Of course, it probably knows your cost price because you already provided that. So you will get the best recommendations for what is a fair price for that product at that point in time. If you want to sell higher, that's fine. If you want to sell lower, that's completely up to you, but you won't be forced to, sell at the price you don't want. All we can do is provide you with the insights and the information to help you enhance your business and make better sales.
All right, so let's talk about node shift or node shift. I stand to be corrected. Can you share some examples from node shift or other platforms demonstrating measurable gains from AI native commerce?
NodeShift actually is a software development company. So the company Payload is actually the AI, is the e-commerce product. Yeah. And as for companies making more money with AI native commerce, we've seen just recently, I think just 2 days ago, Amazon launched their own AI chatbot, which was directly linked to their marketplace. So you can simply just ask Amazon to buy something for you, and it's just buys it straight up. And Jumia, companies like Jumia, Konga, they've seen significant gain in their operations as well due to AI. Just I don't really have the figures at the moment, so I'll have to provide that to you at another time.
All right, so what about in cases where, we've seen whereby you bought something and it turns out it wasn't what you wanted, it wasn't your size and all that. How does AI help come in to sort that out? Refunds and the rest.
Well, that's the thing. Not everything is going to be AI. It's those would still go through traditional channels. Well, the resolution might be sped up by AI, but it's not just everything in the platform that is going to be AI. So when that happens, we have like a team for these dispute resolutions, and these things are marked. These things are recorded as part of like the vendor's history. So we're also going to use that to prevent fraud and misuse of the product by making sure that there are no people trying to sell substandard products to make more money. And if that happens, obviously, then there will be punishment for the sellers that are involved in those kind of things.
All right. So what unique difference or what is unique about AI commerce from sponsored ads like Facebook ads? When you want to, if I have a business, all I have to do is sponsor the ad on Facebook or on Instagram and sit back. And even though I might get some customers who would not necessarily buy, some will make reference, some will make inquiries, I might just end up out of 100 getting just one client who will buy. So how is it different from the regular conventional?
Yeah, well, in this case, ads here are based on intent. So the only time you see an ad for something is if you're actually interested in something. If your own AI, because everyone now is working with their own personal AI. Almost everyone has ChatGPT on their phone. So that's like the distribution network. And that distribution network is what informs us of what you want. So if your AI is seeing that you want something, what it does is it tries to look for it for you. It finds our catalog, and then our catalog is able to now present that to you. So it's completely intent based. It's not like you're trying to run sponsored ads and you're looking for buyers. No, those buyers are the ones looking for you. Our platform just helps them find you.
All right. Is there any sort of data privacy infringement? Because most of these days, you find out that on my phone, if I'm looking at a particular shoe, for the next 72 hours, I'll start getting shoe ads. And you begin to wonder why. Is it because I just saw a shoe that I admired and I checked the page and now it's showing all types of shoes vendors?
Yeah. No, that doesn't happen on our end. I've also experienced that. In fact, a few times I just say something around my phone and then for the next few days, that's all I see. So that is, to be honest, I can't even tell you what app does that on the phone because I think it's something to do with the iPhone itself, Siri, your assistant. So, yeah, they are the ones that report the intent. We have nothing to do with that. But our job is to make sure that the sellers are available when they close in on that intent, when they decide this is what we want. We help them to show you that, okay, this is what the person wants, this is what we have, and this is the perfect match for it. So we help close that sale by providing that. Right now, traditional e-commerce platforms do not have that much access to that unless they are running sponsored ads that match with the intent.
So the reason why I ask this is because these are some of the ways some of these platforms use they take that data gotten from different people, what they want, and they sell it to the advertiser. And this advertiser makes use of that to sell what is being needed. So my question now is, how do AI target the right person? Let's say, for instance, I'm selling maybe drinks or something. How will AI directly go to the person that needs that thing and say, okay, how will it end up showing at the right person's page that, okay, this particular person needs this particular service, and it displays on the screen without data privacy infringement?
Okay. Well, how it works is that at the end of the day, all of this is just math and code. For example, if you want a drink and your advertisement, you already have a profile with these advertisers. So if your profile says this is your location, or this is like your possible location, and these are the kind of drinks you want, then our catalog also has data saying, okay, these are drinks, these are the possible, this is the content, this is the alcohol level, things like that. So when those things match, you now get those recommendations. And we're even working on something really interesting where we're using image search capabilities where you can take a picture of an object and scan that picture on the app, and it immediately shows you people that are selling that object.
I also want to ask, in as much as AI native commerce helps you do a lot of advertising and all that, what about monitoring sales, performances, progress? How does AI native commerce offer that so that I know that, okay, this is what have sold, this is the amount of clients I've gotten, this is what I've been able to achieve. This is how much I have made, profit, losses, and all that.
Absolutely, it does. And this comes back to what I said earlier about AI actually forcing people to build things the right way, because AI systems are very data hungry. So any kind of data you can actually think of, it's going to be there. So part of the business management app we created is that it also helps these people track their sales, and it since it's also tracking sales of other vendors around them, these people's your AI now as a business owner can now inform you that, okay, this product is what's actually selling very well in this particular area, or this product is, the top selling, this is the cheapest, or this is the average price for this product in this area. So it helps you from just selling blind, where you're the only one operating your business. You don't know about other people. No, this one actually, it gives you information about your business, and then it gives you anonymous, like generalized data about the area you're in as well. So you know that, okay, this is a high selling area. This is why I can actually sell here to profit here. Or maybe this place would be better for me to sell this particular product, things like that. So it provides all of those insights. It's what information you can get from that is now a matter of what, actually makes sense to provide to the seller. But at the end of the day, AI systems are data hungry. So any form of data you can think of, it's going to be there.
All right. One of the dispositions some people have about shopping online or ordering anything online has to do with scam. You order for something, the page looks very legit, looks very busy as usual with, the numbers, followership, every other thing. Engagement is good, but by the time you order, you make payment, that's the end of the story. And it has discouraged a whole lot of people from wanting to shop online. And people resort to the Jumias and the rest of them. And there's also this thing of some vendors would say no refund. There's no refund. You don't pay for refund, or you pay for delivery. How does AI help one navigate all this?
Yeah, well, this is actually not a task for AI. It's mostly going to be manual, because at the end of the day, when these sales happen, it's happening between people, not on the system. So the transaction is recorded that this sale was made. When someone receives that, we're actually working on something where the seller can actually take a picture of what they're delivering. It's embedded into the system. So using computer vision, the AI knows that this is actually what was sent out, or what was claimed to have been sent out. When the buyer received it as well, they can take a picture. And if there's any major discrepancy, obviously this will be handled by human representatives instead of the AI. But the AI does, most of the background work in just recording these data sets and helping us know who is not acting in accordance with the platform's rules. So, yes, scams and deceptive practices are definitely a point of concern, but this is going to be fixed with human-built, tailored systems and countermeasures, not necessarily AI. There's only so much AI can do when it comes to this.
All right. So, what insights from global AI commerce can be adopted to the African context?
Well, that's actually hard to say, because we don't share the same infrastructure. I would have wanted to say, okay, we could have warehouses run by robots and things like that, but I think that's a very distant dream for Nigeria. Or you wake up one day and the whole warehouse is empty. So there's a lot of infrastructural differences. We're going to have to take this one step at a time. First, build the foundation, get people used to the system, make sure everything works fine. Just like you said, these things of scam, buying one thing, getting the other thing, these things need to be fixed. And then a very important thing as well is delivery times, because most people, when they buy it now, they want to get it now. And that's normal, that's expected. but our roads and everything are not really quite as they're supposed to be. So we need to find ways around that, and then we can now start looking at the bigger stuff.
All right. So how do you envision Africa's AI native commerce, ecosystem evolving in the next 5 years? What do you think would happen in the next 5 years if we get this thing right, if we follow through?
I think there's going to be a lot of growth in the next 5 years. It's looking very promising because 5 years is more than enough time to actually get this right. The only impediment to this is other sectors, the logistics sectors and other parts of the economy that would actually support this, because you cannot just have a booming e-commerce sector and then every other thing is lagging behind. Everything needs to grow at once. So if anything, that's the only risk I see towards AI native commerce. But on its own, 5 years is definitely more than enough time.
All right. So what sectors, regarding what you just said, what sectors needs to buckle up?
We would be looking at our transport sectors. I think that logistics covers that. Roads, we need to be able to make same-day deliveries, things like that. Fintech is growing immensely. So with the rise of open banking, it's very possible we'll see a boost in e-commerce, because now people might have access to better credit facilities, so they'll be likely buying more. And those two sectors are the most crucial for a booming e-commerce. Fintech and logistics.
What about quality control?
Quality control is mostly an internal thing. It's between the platform and the sellers. The platform maintains a level of quality control. The sellers have to abide by that, otherwise they get infractions for not doing so. It's an internal thing. And I don't even think that should not take up to 5 years to cover.
All right. So, in your own opinion, what advice would you give entrepreneurs, developers, and investors, seeking to enter this space?
Right. So for entrepreneurs, all I'd say is just do the right thing. Like build the right way. It's no longer by speed. Like it doesn't matter if you build the fastest thing. Someone will probably build the same thing tomorrow or next week. You need to make sure you're building it right. You're building in a way that it can scale, and not only scale, it can be improved upon in the future. So you don't build yourself into a corner, basically. So for entrepreneurs, that's really it. There needs to be a close linking between the company face and the technological face, because you need to actually understand the technology behind what you're building. It's not just the vision itself. The vision relies heavily on the technology these days. For invest. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
No, okay. I was going to say for investors, the old metrics are not working anymore. The old story of finding traction, providing proven traction, things like that. No, this time we're building deep tech, and you cannot build deep tech and then still follow the old investment playbook of trying to have traction and this and market fit. A lot of these things do not have market fit until they're actually built for the market. It's just like if you look at ChatGPT, billions were already invested into it before it was even publicly launched. And when it launched, that was when you could say it had product market fit. So there just needs to be a bit more patience in these investments than just expecting profits as fast as they currently are right now.
So finally, how can citizens, policymakers, businesses contribute, to building a thriving AI-driven digital economy?
Well, really don't see much responsibility on the citizens because at the end of the day, it's like telling the final consumers what to do or how to use their product. But for policymakers, they really need to work closely with the builders and investors to um, start actually creating policies that will help on data privacy, data safety, and to help actually build the infrastructure for these things. So we need more monitoring policies that will help bring up companies that can host these AI data centers and basically the technology we need for these things, because we cannot have AI native commerce in an environment where predictability is still an issue and things are going off randomly. There's nobody to be held accountable, things like that. It just will not work.
All right, thank you very much, Samson Odo, for your insight, and thank you for joining us on Just Africa.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You're welcome.